Today I want to talk about the importance of wind and sound measurements. We were out on the ice today with my family, and there was a guy on a snowmobile driving around. So he was quite close to us and we could hear him clearly, but then he rode off and he was like herding reindeer, so it was quite cool to see. But anyways, there was a wind, not that strong, but I had the wind in my back and I was looking at the snowmobile. So I was standing like here, looking from my house, and the wind was blowing in this direction. And then this guy it was far, it was very, very far away, a couple of 100 meters perhaps, on a snowmobile. How do you draw a snowmobile? Something like this, I guess. That's a short one. Oh, now it's a snowmobile. Great. And the usual thing that will happen when you have a sound source out in the open and there is no wind, the sound source will simply just radiate sound like this. It will go in all directions. And you will have pretty much the same experience depending on the distance from the source. Well, not exactly that, because if you're up here, you will have a ground reflection as well to take care about. But let's say if you're standing here or here, it won't really matter because the sound is going in all directions at once. But now, when you have the wind, what's going to happen? Well, this one, for instance, that's going to go straight up. Instead, it will start to curve off like this, and this one will also curve off, and so will this one, and so on, and so forth. They will go up like this. And that will create an acoustic shade, so to speak. And that means that you will have like a let's see how I can draw this in a good way. This one is like, it's gone now. So there will be a zone here. Acoustic shade. And it was dead silent. So this was easily the best example I've ever experienced of acoustic shading. And it was so crystal clear, because if you're going to measure the sound from let's say it's an industry, or you want to do some sound measurements and compare to requirements or stuff like that, you have to know about the wind. Because if you're standing here, it was going to be, this is fine, there's no sound at all from that sound source. But if you were to move to this side, you see what's happening here. We still got wind here. So these sounds that were going to head up into space will instead be pushed back down to Earth again. So if you were to be standing here, you will get more sound instead, because there's sound coming back from above to you. And here you will have an even stronger sound pressure level compared to if you were standing on the other side here that I was. So over here you're gonna measure low or no sound level at all, and here you will measure more. So remember wind, you have to take it into account when you're doing measurements outside. And think about this if you ever end up, I mean, on the ice, it's like the perfect example, because it's flat and there is free line of sight everywhere. So it's such a great example. And that's all for today. Have a nice weekend. See you later.